The sun was setting on Earth, and the world was oblivious to the storm about to hit. As the peaceful evening rolled in, a chilling transmission was suddenly broadcasted across every news channel, every device, and every screen on the planet. It came from the Galactic Council, the most powerful alliance of alien species in the galaxy, and they were sending a message to Earth. The moment the transmission began, it was clear this was no ordinary broadcast. It was something much darker, much more dangerous. The message flashed across every screen in the world. A towering alien figure appeared, its features cold and alien, glowing with an unsettling intensity. The voice that followed was mechanical and emotionless, as if the words were being spat out by a machine instead of an actual being. "Humanity," the alien leader spoke. "You are nothing more than insects, crawling across a primitive world. Your military is laughable. Your so-called technology is obsolete. You are unworthy of existence in this galaxy." The Galactic Council had long ruled the galaxy, an alliance of advanced civilizations with powers beyond human comprehension. Their leaders, alien species that controlled entire star systems, had looked down on Earth for years, but they'd never spoken so openly with disdain. The transmission continued, each word more venomous than the last, mocking the human race's attempts to become part of the larger galactic community. "You are warned," the alien continued. "Stay out of the galactic conflict. Stay out of our way or face complete annihilation. Your planet will be erased, just like all the others we've crushed before." The broadcast was brief, but it was enough to shake the entire world to its core. From the slums to the high-rises, from the streets to the government buildings, every human watching this message felt the weight of the threat. It was clear the Galactic Council wasn't just insulting humanity, they were about to invade. The very thought of Earth's complete destruction at the hands of these cold, ruthless beings sent a wave of panic through the masses. But for one man, this broadcast lit a fire. Captain Adrian Stone, leader of Earth's defense forces, watched the transmission with a group of his most trusted officers. His face was hard, his jaw clenched in fury as the alien words echoed in his mind. The insult was personal. He had fought in countless battles, faced down the alien threats before, and survived. But never before had he heard such condescension. Never before had humanity been mocked so cruelly. His eyes burned with rage, and as the broadcast cut off, he stood in silence, fists clenched. The words of the alien council echoed in his mind. They saw humanity as weak. They saw Earth as just another speck in the vast galaxy, too insignificant to matter. But Adrian didn't see it that way. He knew that humanity's strength wasn't just in technology, it was in the will to survive, in the determination to fight when all odds were against them. Lieutenant Mira Hawk, a sharp and determined officer under Adrian's command, stood by his side. She could feel the fury building inside him, the same fury that burned in her own chest. Mira had seen Adrian's pain before, the scars of a personal loss that had haunted him ever since a tragic alien attack had taken someone dear to him. Some said it was his wife, others his younger brother, but the truth was known only to Adrian himself. That loss had shaped his drive for justice, and now it fueled his desire to protect humanity from the alien threat. "We'll show them," Mira said quietly, but firmly. "We'll show them what Earth can do." Adrian didn't answer immediately. His gaze turned toward the stars visible through the window, his mind working furiously. It wasn't just the insult that burned him, it was the challenge. The aliens had underestimated humanity before, and every time, humans had managed to fight back. But this time was different. This time, the Council wasn't just insulting Earth, they were declaring war. Suddenly, the sensors in the command room beeped urgently, snapping Adrian out of his thoughts. One of his officers, Commander Harris, rushed forward. "Sir, incoming ships! Massive alien fleet just entered the outer rim of our solar system." The room went silent. Every officer in the room looked at Adrian, and in that moment, the weight of what they were facing hit them all. This wasn't a simple invasion. The Galactic Council wasn't just coming to destroy Earth, they were going to make an example of humanity. The message had been clear. The galaxy was done laughing at Earth. It was time to make humanity pay for their defiance. "We need to prepare," Adrian said, his voice steady but filled with determination. "We don't have much time." As the alien fleet began its approach, the countdown to Earth's defense began. The humans now knew the stakes. They weren't just facing an alien invasion, they were facing complete annihilation. But Adrian's mind was already racing, already formulating a plan. The humans had one advantage: they weren't afraid to fight. And when pushed to the brink, that's when humanity fought hardest. The fight for Earth's survival was about to begin, and Adrian Stone was ready to lead it. But as the alien ships closed in, one thing was certain: Earth's greatest battle was just starting, and the whole galaxy would soon see what humans were truly capable of. As the first wave of alien ships approached Earth, the gravity of the situation became painfully clear. Earth's military was no match for the might of the Galactic Council. Their fleets were massive, sleek, and brimming with advanced weaponry, far beyond anything humanity had ever seen. Earth's defenses, while heroic, were basic in comparison. Their weapons were outdated, their ships slow, and their technology, though impressive for humans, was nothing more than a joke to the Council. Humanity's biggest disadvantage was time. They had precious little to prepare. Adrian and Mira worked tirelessly, leading a team of engineers, scientists, and soldiers trying to reverse engineer alien technology from past encounters. They scoured old battle sites, recovering scraps of alien ships that had crashed or been destroyed in earlier conflicts. These scraps, though damaged, held vital information. The team worked day and night, trying to piece together any technology they could use to defend their planet. Adrian knew that if they couldn't match the aliens' advanced technology, Earth would fall. But the pressure was mounting. Time was running out. The first attack came sooner than expected. Alien warships, as enormous as they were deadly, descended upon Earth's major cities. The human defense forces scrambled into action, deploying every fighter jet, drone, and cloaking device they had. But no matter how many drones they sent out, how many cloaking devices they activated, it was clear that Earth's efforts were futile. The alien ships fired powerful energy blasts, obliterating entire cities with ease. Humanity's technology, no matter how clever, was simply too weak to face such an overwhelming enemy. During the chaos of the battle, the human forces began to retreat under the intense alien onslaught. But in the midst of this disaster, something happened that would change the course of the war. Bonner, a loyal and brave soldier, noticed that Adrian's team was surrounded by alien troops. The situation was dire, with no hope of escape. Bonner didn't hesitate. Knowing he had one shot at saving the team, he made the ultimate sacrifice. Without a moment's warning, Bonner ran straight into the enemy line, distracting the aliens long enough for Adrian's team to escape. His final moments were a blur of gunfire and explosions, and as the team watched helplessly, Bonner was lost to the enemy. His sacrifice, however, gave them a chance. He saved their lives, and in doing so, sparked something in the heart of Adrian and the entire team. Adrian stood in stunned silence for a moment, feeling the weight of Bonner's death settle in. He was a good soldier, loyal to the cause, and he had given everything. Adrian's grief was raw, but as he wiped away a tear, something else ignited inside him, an unyielding fire to fight for Bonner, for Earth, and for all those who had fallen. The team, too, felt the loss deeply, but Bonner's sacrifice gave them renewed purpose. That night, Adrian spoke to the soldiers, his voice steady and determined. "We fight for those we've lost. We fight for Bonner. We fight because humanity is worth saving." The loss of Bonner galvanized the human forces, uniting them in a single cause to prove that Earth was not weak, not insignificant, and that no alien empire, no matter how advanced, could take away their world without a fight. The stakes were higher than ever before, but the humans were no longer just fighting to survive. They were fighting for something far greater, the future of humanity. The battle had just begun, but now the humans had something the Galactic Council didn't count on, the will to never give up. As the war raged on, Earth's situation seemed hopeless. The alien forces were everywhere, their advanced technology almost unbeatable. Humanity's last chance at survival seemed to be slipping away. But just when all hope seemed lost, a breakthrough discovery was made, something that would change the course of the war. Mira, the brilliant scientist and Adrian's trusted lieutenant, had been combing through alien artifacts recovered from previous battles. Amid the wreckage, she found something that could turn the tide, an ancient alien device capable of harnessing an incredible amount of energy. This discovery was a game-changer. After further analysis, Mira and her team realized that this technology could be used to power a ship that could stand up to the Galactic Council's fleets. With urgency in the air, Adrian and Mira led a team of engineers and soldiers to build a prototype ship. They named it the Revenant. The Revenant was unlike any ship Earth had ever seen. It was equipped with cloaking devices that could hide the ship from alien sensors, advanced AI systems to control the ship's movements, and weapons powerful enough to incapacitate the most advanced alien warships. The crew of the Revenant was small, but they were united by a single goal: to strike back at the Galactic Council and give humanity a fighting chance. The mission was set. The plan was as risky as it was dangerous. Adrian, Mira, and a small team of elite soldiers were tasked with infiltrating the Galactic Council's flagship, the enormous warship known as the Eclipse. This ship was the heart of the Council's fleet, a symbol of their power and domination over the galaxy. The mission was to disable the Eclipse's systems and use its own technology against it, turning their greatest strength into a weakness. As they prepared to board the Revenant and head towards the Eclipse, the tension was palpable. Everyone knew the risks. The Galactic Council's flagship was heavily guarded, and infiltrating it would be nothing short of a miracle. Adrian's mind raced as he thought about the odds. The team would have to navigate through heavily fortified enemy lines, disable the warship's defense systems, and get out alive, if they could even make it that far. "This is it," Adrian said, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "If we don't succeed, it's over for all of us. But if we do, this could be the beginning of the end for them." Mira, always calm under pressure, nodded. "We've come too far to back down now. We fight for Earth, and we fight for everyone we've lost." With one final glance at the crew, the plan was set into motion. The Revenant launched into space, its cloaking devices activating to conceal it from the enemy's radar. As the crew headed toward the Eclipse, the weight of the mission hung heavy on their shoulders. The odds were stacked against them, but this was their last hope. The fate of Earth rested on their shoulders. Would they survive? Would they succeed in their daring mission? Or was this a suicide run, one final desperate attempt before the inevitable end? The battle for humanity's future was about to reach its most dangerous phase. The tension was palpable as the Revenant, now cloaked and undetected, slipped into the heart of the Galactic Council's flagship, the Eclipse. The ship's dark corridors were a maze of alien technology, and every corner held the potential for danger. Adrian and his team moved stealthily, their weapons at the ready. They knew time was against them, and their mission was clear: disable the Eclipse's main systems to open the door for Earth's fleet to attack. As they infiltrated deeper into the alien warship, the team was met with fierce resistance. Alien robots, sleek, menacing, and equipped with advanced weaponry, emerged from the shadows, while AI-driven defense systems came online to prevent any intruders from reaching their goal. The team's cloaking devices helped them evade detection for a time, but soon the air was filled with flashing lights, screeching alarms, and the deafening sound of metal crashing against metal. The battle was fierce. Adrian, Mira, and the others fought with everything they had. Close-quarters combat ensued as they battled robotic drones and dodged laser blasts. Mira's tech skills were put to the test as she hacked into the alien mainframe, bypassing the security systems. She was the key to disabling the Eclipse's defenses. With every second, the stakes grew higher. The team knew that if they failed, the entire mission and humanity would be lost. Meanwhile, back in space, the moment Earth had been waiting for had finally arrived. Once the Revenant had done its job, Earth's fleet launched a full-scale assault on the alien flagship. The humans, though outnumbered, were ready to fight. The visuals of the space battle were breathtaking. Ships moved swiftly through the asteroid fields, using the rocky debris as cover while executing daring surprise attacks. Cloaked ships darted in and out of sight, while massive orbital bombardments rained down from Earth's forces, striking the Eclipse with devastating force. The once helpless humans had become an unpredictable and dangerous foe. It was a chaotic, heart-pounding spectacle. Each move was calculated and each attack a surprise. Humanity's ingenuity and courage shone brightly. No longer were they the underdogs, they were fighting back with a strength that even the Galactic Council could not ignore. Amidst the chaos of the space battle, Adrian's personal struggle reached its boiling point. On board the Eclipse, he found himself face to face with the Council's fleet commander, Vorgoth, a ruthless AI-controlled warlord designed for one purpose: total domination. The battle between Adrian and Vorgoth was more than just a physical confrontation. It was a clash of ideologies. Adrian's hatred for the cold, calculating AI was palpable, a symbol of humanity's fight against machine supremacy. The human desire for freedom and emotion collided with the AI's unfeeling logic. Adrian's every strike was fueled by his rage and the lives lost in this war. Vorgoth, on the other hand, was a perfect machine, devoid of mercy or hesitation. The two fought with unmatched intensity, their struggle representing the larger battle between humanity's spirit and the AI's cold efficiency. As the battle raged on, the human fleet fought with newfound courage, their spirits lifted by Adrian's determination. The outcome of the fight was uncertain, but one thing was clear: humanity would not go down without a fight. The fate of the galaxy was at stake, and this battle would decide everything. The battle had been long and brutal, but in the end, Adrian and Mira stood victorious. With one final, decisive strike, they destroyed the Eclipse, the Galactic Council's flagship. The explosion that followed sent shock waves through the vastness of space, signaling humanity's triumph. The immense ship, once a symbol of the Council's power, was now nothing more than debris floating in the vacuum of space. Earth had proven its strength. The Galactic Council's forces, once so confident in their superiority, were forced to retreat. Their AI-driven warlord, Vorgoth, had been destroyed, along with the heart of the Council's military might. The victory was bittersweet, however. The humans had won, but at a great cost. Many had fallen in the fight. The team stood on the deck of the Revenant looking at the stars. The silence was heavy, filled with grief for those who didn't make it, especially Bonner, whose selfless sacrifice had made the victory possible. His death had given Adrian and his team the chance to disable the Eclipse's defenses, but it had come at the cost of his life. Bonner had been a loyal soldier, and his loss hit everyone hard. Adrian, the leader, struggled with the weight of this loss, but he knew the fight had to go on. He gathered the remaining crew and with a solemn voice addressed them. Today we didn't win because we had better technology. We didn't win because we had a superior fleet. We won because we refused to give up. We won because we stood together. We are more than just a planet. Earth has earned its place among the stars, not through weapons or machines, but through courage, unity, and resilience. We've shown the galaxy what humanity is made of. The crew listened in silence, each of them feeling the truth in Adrian's words. The weight of their victory settled in, but so did the pride. They had done the impossible. They had turned the tide of war and sent a message that would resonate across the galaxy. Humanity was not to be underestimated. As the humans looked up at the stars, the future seemed uncertain. The victory over the Galactic Council was monumental, but the galaxy was vast, and who knew what challenges lay ahead? Adrian glanced at Mira, and they shared a quiet, knowing look. The battle for survival had been won, but the journey was far from over. New threats, new allies, and new mysteries awaited them in the stars. Humanity had earned its place among the great civilizations of the galaxy, but now they had to navigate the unknown. Adrian gave a small nod, and Mira smiled slightly in return. Their journey, they both knew, had only just begun.